What up? Just made it out here to where I'm planning on doing some mutton. I can't believe it. The time is here. We are here. It's ready to go down. And just like any other trip, I forgot a couple things. So actually, I'm going to head right back down to a general store real quick. But then I've already been sitting here. I had some food. I've been glassing just this meadow behind me as well as some of the terrain on the mountains behind me. And I have a spot that I picked out on Go Hunt. It's over here, just a little peak where I can glass up this whole way into that meadow, and I can also glass this mountain over here called Saddle Mountain. So I'm gonna plan on being there by sundown. I'll set up camp somewhere near the truck for that right there, and then I'll have a game plan of what I'm gonna do in the morning. I'm gonna hike out, on the back in the backpack. So get up early, start hiking out. I might just start out on that same peak again and just see what I see. So far, so good. A lot of people. It's Labor Day weekend. I underestimated how many recreational people will be here. There was campers, there's UTVs, there's dirt bikes, there's mountain bikers. I literally saw a doe, and let's just say I wanted to shoot that doe. I saw a mountain biker literally go right behind it on a road. Like, so if I missed at the perfect timing, not a great scenario there. So I'll have to be really careful and just pay attention to where those roads are and where people might be. My goal is to really get away from the road though. So that's why I'm going to try to get into these mountains. But I wanted to check in with you really quick and let you know how it's going so far. I'm excited to be here. Feels good. So I forgot my microphone as well. I do have my DJI microphone, so I'll use that when I need to be a little quieter, but right here is a big open spot. I don't need to be super quiet, but yeah, nothing to it but to do it. So I'll keep you along for the route and just share what I think's interesting and give you updates. So that's that. So I'm going to go grab those couple things and I'm going to head over to that peak right over there. Okay, I'm just getting back from being up top on this little mountain, glassing for the past 3 hours or so. Let me tell you right now, my Achilles heel, besides my skill, is my binoculars. I do not have the power to see, and I don't have the big enough lens to get good light in for this lower light. But I'm going to be positive though. I saw 3 or 4 does, maybe 1 buck, but that's not for sure. I lost it as soon as I saw it, so I don't know if it was a buck or not. I couldn't see well enough, so I'm back at the truck. I'm gonna actually relocate for my morning plan. I decided while I was up there that I'm gonna go to this other ridge, drop in there in the morning, and I'm gonna just drive to it right now instead of hiking to it in the morning. So I'm not sure, like, I definitely want to do a lot of backcountry backpacking, but there's so much road access everywhere. If I'm not on it, somebody else is on it. So I'm gonna utilize the roads as much as I can. But yeah, that's just a quick update for you. So I'm gonna go relocate right now and make some food, set up the tent, take some Advil because I got a headache, and hopefully get some great sleep. Feels good to be out here though, so stay tuned. Hopefully you're enjoying the vid so far. Hopefully we see something and get a good buck or something. But see you at the next stop. Okay, I just got camp set up. I've been making some food. It's about, I think about 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock right now. And I got some Tylenol PM and I'm about to go to bed. I'm excited. Behind me is a mountain I'm going to partially hike up to be able to glass to the north. And the good news is here at night, when I spent like forever trying to find a spot. Over in this part, there was no like dedicated spot, so I just made my own. But over here, I saw a ton of does. No bucks yet, no bucks. But I saw a ton of does. There's private right over here to my right. I think they feed out at night and then they go over to the private. They feed out right at dusk and then they go to the private at night. Maybe they chill there all day. I don't know. You definitely don't see a ton walking around out in the day. Just a few. But I saw a bunch. They were all migrating that way. So I'm going to take that in consideration and see what's what. So I'll be waking up pretty early. I'm going to hike out in the dark and yeah, wish me luck. I hope everything goes well. That's it for now. I'm going to take some Tylenol PM and go to bed. Okay, quick little update. I'm now on top of the hill where the bucks were. The bucks were down behind me, down the hill. I came from over here. Right up there is where I spotted them from, and they were down in this area running that way, running down that way. I watched them over there until they went over the ridge, and then I couldn't see them anymore. They just looked like they were feeding, so they didn't seem like they were in a hurry. But I went down this side, right here, and a little bit over here in front of them, or at least I thought in front of them. I don't know where they are now. They are they seem like they got spooked, but I don't know why, because I wasn't even moving or anything at the time. And the wind was in my favor at that moment. But I'm not sure what to do now, so I'm probably going to go over here and just glass that way. See what I see. I hope that I can see the bugs on video. My lens didn't zoom enough, so hard to tell. But that's what I'm going to do now, so keep you posted. It's freaking night. There's a flock in front of me, 50 yards, 300 yards. Just put on my stalking shoes. I'm taking off everything. And I'm going to go in and try. I'm not sure if he's still there or not. Coming down, I lost line of sight, so it's still there. But my frame of reference is that rock. You can see that rock. He's to the left of it, over there, about 100 yards in front of it. I watched him bend down when I was up there glassing him. He moved once and then he bent again, so we'll see. I'm gonna give it a shot. I'll try to get it on my action camera if I get close. Well, no luck. I put in a pretty good stock, at least I think so. I don't think that was the problem. There was a couple doe down there, and I got pretty close to them. They didn't know I was there. For whatever reason, the buck moved. I don't know why the buck moved, but he moved. I never saw where he went. I lost line of sight with him. I was trying to keep line of sight off the trees so that he didn't see me. But yeah, he moved. I don't know why he moved. So I kept going down further. I kept getting closer and closer to the does. And then I saw a hunter, so I stopped. But then I saw him get up, and then that's when I saw the does run off. So that's that. I'll have to find the next. I'm headed that way. I gotta get to the truck. I need water. I'm out of water. So, we'll see. Well, I made it back to the truck. That was a barn burner. That was pretty tough. Went all the way up this mountain in front of me. Stayed at the top. Traversed a little saddleback, and that's where I first saw those 3 bucks up there on the hill. They went over a ridge. I could see them for a bit, and then after a second they were down low enough and I couldn't see them. I didn't know where they went. I thought they would maybe go a little further ahead and still be on the same hill, because it didn't seem like they were spooked, but who knows. And then lost them. I never saw those three again, but I saw a ton of does. I put in a decent stalk on a little 4-point. I really think the stalk was good because, as I was trying to say over there were does with him, and those does were there the entire time I was putting the stalk in. I got to probably 60 or 80 yards of the does, and I could have got closer, but I was prioritizing the right side because that's where the buck was, and I just kept going down. I didn't see him. Eventually I ran into a hunter. He didn't see me, I don't think, but I saw him. He had an arrow knocked and he was crouching. He was walking real fast though. And when I noticed him do that, I actually noticed the does run off, the ones that were there the whole time. So, and I was standing still at that point because I didn't know where to go. So I think that he spooked off the does there. I'm guessing that 4-point didn't run by him, or else he might have saw it, you would think. Or, you know, these things are ninjas sometimes, so you never know. But, I mean, there's definitely deer over here. I saw plenty of does. Everywhere I looked almost there was a doe. One doe or a couple does and a couple fawn. They seem like they don't migrate far even when they get spooked. They sort of similar area, just kind of do a circle. But yeah, I had to get back here to the truck because I was freaking out of gas. Out of gas and out of water. You know, I've been eating my food. I think I've ate the amount of food I need to eat so far. But I did not have enough water. I like to drink water too, so it's hard to conserve it for sure. But yeah, praise God, made it back here to the truck though, and got plenty of stuff here, so good to go. I think what I'm going to do tonight is go down here to the right and look up the hill that I was on, which is in front of me. And I'm going to just see if they end up going back up there tonight. Because that sort of seems like where they were bedded for the night, and they were waking up in the morning when I got up there. Because that was early. That's the plan for now. Trying to show you as much as I can. It's really hard. The lens doesn't zoom enough sometimes. I don't have a phone scope for a spotting scope, and I don't have a spotting scope. So seeing the animals is tough. But that encounter with the pronghorn or antelope, I think it's pronghorn, I don't know, I've never hunted those. But it was crazy. They were close enough to me, I could have shot them. And then that 4-point that ran over the hill, he was pretty close to me too. If he would have stopped just for a second going down the hill, there might have been close enough for a shot. But of course he kept going, and then that dirt biker came, blew him out. But I think that's the same buck that I found bedded just a little ways down. And when he was bedded, I started to go around and flank him, and then I saw that he moved, so I watched him until he bedded again. And then he bedded, and I went way around. I took my shoes off and pack off pretty early, like 400 yards. And yeah, never saw him again. At the way I went, the line of sight was gone, so never saw him again though. I'm happy to see some bucks though, because I have not seen bucks out here yet. So that's at least 4 or 5 today. They have velvet on. They were all like 4 points, maybe a 5-point. Yeah. Decent. like this little camping spot. I think what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to set up all the camp again right here in front of me. And then what I'm going to do is probably unload the backpack and just go day pack mode, hike back over there. The truck's pretty close. All these roads are close. I don't know if I need to get myself into the backcountry because there's a road wherever I would want to go, so I could just drive to it. Why would I hike all the way over there to another road? You know? I don't know. Maybe I just don't think it's far enough. You know, there's got to be a road that way, not including the mountain. Like if you were to do a straight shot that way, within 4 or 5 miles, got to be. So I don't know. Decide what to do. This is long enough for now, so that's my update for day 2. Good though, some action. It's just frustrating because, you know, I thought I was gonna get maybe close enough to that one to at least see it. And then those other 3, man, I don't know where they went. They disappeared. I couldn't find them. I stayed up on that ridge for a while too. I just kept looking off both sides. Couldn't find them, so bummer. We'll find them again though. So that's the update for now. Update. I think that same 4-point is back. In front of me is the hill that I saw the 3 bucks this morning, and I think at least one of them is back. You can't see him, but he's over there behind that tree. So I don't really know what my game plan is gonna be for tomorrow, but so far I'm thinking I'm gonna come to this spot or somewhere over there, and I'm gonna look up here. I'm gonna look up here because this is where they were, and it looks like this buck that's over here is going home, which was right around here. There's already 3 does right in there right now. So I think I'm gonna glass up there in the morning, and then over here, see that greenery over there? That's like mini aspen trees. They've been coming out of that, and I saw them go in it this morning. So that's like a little safety net. I wonder if there could be an ambush opportunity there, or if I come over the top of them when they're up here or something. I'm not sure. We'll see. I don't know what I'm doing. Thermals are pushing down right now. So if I were to go after him now, I'd have to be below. The chance of him not hearing me going up that doesn't seem very good because it's hard to go up these steep hills quietly. I don't know. We'll see. That's the update. 4-point is back, and that's why I came to this spot, to see if at least one of those bucks would come back, and they did, so hooray. Another update. Those other 2 bucks are coming. They're right over here. They are behind that tree. They're behind that tree, about 400 yards down there. The other one is now about halfway up right over here. I think they're gonna go to this area like they were this morning, but they're over there feeding right now. You probably can't see anything. I don't think you can see anything, but there's 2 bucks and a couple does feeding about 400 yards that way. One 4-point is about halfway up there right now. this situation, I don't know. I don't know what you would do, you know? Like, I don't know what you would do because I can't get up there that fast. And I don't know. How could I cut them off or something? I don't know. I have to think about it. But they're back. I wonder if it's smartest to not disturb them and try to make a game plan for the morning. There's not that much shooting light left. It's like 6:20, 6:25. Sundown's at 7. I don't know. I don't think I can be fast enough. Well, we've had an eventful morning so far. As you saw, 2 of those does were within 60 yards. If I wanted to shoot a doe, I could have easily shot one today. But that's not really what I wanted to do. I want to get a buck. I just want to do the thing that you do, which is get the antlered animals. So, I'm back here. I'm in a little bit different spot, but I'm looking at the same spot. And sure enough, they're up there right where I left them last night. So, I'm just watching them right now. I'm going to see what they do, and then I'm going to make a game plan for later in the afternoon. And try to make a stalk or something on them. But that's it for right now. I might try to find a little bit better spot than where I'm at. It's not a super great spot to view them from, but it will do. So I'll let you know. Keep you posted. 8:16. All the deer on this hill are bedded right now, and I'm gonna head up. I'm not gonna stalk them, but I want to get into a better position. I'm gonna go around and try to give a wide berth so that I don't disturb them, and I just want to be able to be in a better position to be able to be ready when I can be ready. So that makes no sense, but in my head it makes sense, but whatever. That's what I'm doing. So I'll show you. There's a rock up there with two dead trees. He's right to the left of it, bedded in some sage. The biggest one. So that's where I'm headed. And I'm thinking about going up somewhere over here. And then just maybe coming over the ridge to be able to view them. We'll see. Wish me luck. We'll see what happens. If you look, there's a big boulder right there. And there's 2. One on top, one on the bottom. The one on the bottom's the bigger one. That's the one I'm going for. Now I'm sitting here and I'm having a debate. Do I come from the top and come down to that boulder? Or do I just come straight across and maybe a little bit from below? From below I can see the one I want better from here. But it looks steep. I don't know if I'll be able to see him from there. I'm not sure. I'm having a debate. There's a third one right around here. So coming down, he could be a little bit of a problem. So I think I'm going to come from the bottom. We'll see. But either way, watch below. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. It's definitely right now it's going this way. So we'll see. So I'm really stoked to say that I put in a successful stalk. I got to within 35 yards of him and he was still there, still at the same rock. It took a long time to get up there. He had some bodyguards with him, and I'm telling you, one of them was super alert, like the best RoboCop you've ever seen. But as soon as they went over the ridge, he stayed at the rock bedded. So I just kept making my way. There was a rock in the way of him and I, so he couldn't see me. And he didn't hear me, nothing. I mean, I kept thinking, I am so loud, there's no way this guy is still here. No way. But he was, and then he was bedded. And I could maybe see his lungs and stuff, but I didn't feel like it was a good enough shot, so I waited. I just stood on this rock. It was crazy. It was like a cat, like a mountain lion just standing, staring, waiting on its prey. And I'm telling you, man, I was waiting. I thought my adrenaline would dump. It didn't dump too bad, but he started seeing something off in front of him, and he like raised his head, and I was like, oh, he might be getting up. I hit the record buttons on the camera, and sure enough, he stands up and he immediately turns and he looks at me. And I'm there. I have an arrow knocked. I'm not pulled back yet. And I'm just still because I know if I move, he'll see me. So I didn't move at all. And he turned to the left some, but I could tell I was probably still in his peripheral. I just stayed still. He turned back one more time, and then he turned a little bit further this way. I drew back. And immediately when I drew back, like he almost turned and looked again. And he stayed there. And I had already ranged him at 35 when I was sitting there waiting. And I just put the pin in the middle of the the 30 and the 40. And I aimed right at lungs and freaking let it go. And it hit something. It smacked. It smacked something. It seemed like it smacked him, but I don't know. I couldn't find the arrow. I only found a little blood. He ran down the hill. Now I got to find him. So that's the part I'm not so stoked about. Please pray that we got him and he didn't suffer and good to go. But yeah, so now I just came back all the way over here. I'll show you. I just came to get my pack. The biggest boulder over there, the biggest one by the trees, or that one dead tree on the right, just before it goes over the ridge, that biggest boulder, that's where he was. Bedded right beneath it, and that rock right next to it, the one to the left, the other big boulder, I was standing on top of that just waiting for him. So I just came back over here. It's about 300 yards. It's some rough country, so it's going to take a second, and I just hope I find him. So let's do that next. I was standing right here on this rock, and he was right there beneath that one. He was just there below it in the dirt right there. And he was laying, and I was just standing here. I just stood here like this, watched him the whole time. Like I said, something caught his interest. He stood up. I went to pull back, but he looked right at me. And this is where we had that standoff right here. I let one rip, and like I said, it sounded like it hit wood, and I saw some blood over there. There's no chance it's another deer's blood or anything, because by this time in the stalk, there had been no other deer for like at least 45 minutes in that area. Just him, and he was just laying right there. So let's go find him, hopefully. Well, not good news. Can't find him. I have not found him yet. I mean, I'm very, like 90% sure I hit him. I can't tell where. Looks like it might have been a little bit further back of the lungs. But the footage is so freaking crappy when you zoom in on it that far. Can't tell at all. I can't tell at all. Freaking Insta360, man. All that 8K for nothing. Stupid resolution. I can't zoom in on enough to tell. I can't tell. Slow motion, it looks like it. I mean, it's sunny outside too, so on my phone, it's hard to tell. But slow motion, it looks like it goes right into the back, right before the back legs. But I don't know. Can't tell. I'm just here opposite of the hill. The hill that I shot him on is in front of me up there. And I just thought if I got on this side and a little bit elevated, I could maybe glass over. But the freaking sun is super sun right now. It's killing me. So the contrast is crazy. I can't get a lot of detail. My only plan right now is to just wait here, see if they come back. I went over and got my pack back, and then I came back and looked for the arrow. Still couldn't find the arrow where it was, where I shot him. And then I just hung out around that area for a second looking for any blood. I could not find any blood. I'm guessing that's not a good sign. I'm guessing if it was a good shot, you'd see a lot more blood. That's my first time archery anything, so not sure. But could not find any blood. Spent some time over there retracing the steps with the video, all kinds of stuff. And then I just decided to walk across the top of the hill, looking down, see if I could see anything. Couldn't see anything. I ended up kicking out 2 of the bucks that were with him, so I saw his buddies. And then I went through this little mini aspen grove and I saw all the does in there. Like, where would he be? They've all gone to the same spots. There's a little meadow down here. There's some tree coverage there. There's an aspen little coverage there. And then there's this hillside, which is east facing. They've all been going to the same spot. Where would he go? Why is he not with them? I think he's got to be on this hillside somewhere dead. But I just can't tell. I can't find him. I don't know. I pray that he is and that it was quick and that I find him. So that's the update right now. I'm just basically waiting for the sun to go beyond this hill so I can look at this hill a little bit better. And then I'm going to wait and see if any of them come back up here just like they did last night. That's the plan. If he's all right and his buddies come back up here, I mean, maybe he should come up back up here. I know he's a little traumatized maybe, so maybe he wouldn't, but I don't know. We'll see. So that's the update. Cross your fingers. I think I found him. I hope so. I really hope I found him. I saw a crow picking at something tan that looks like an animal, and it looks like the general vicinity where I think I shot it, like on the body where it's picking at. I really hope I find it. It's right up here. It's probably 400 or 500 yards away to the right of where I shot it, and it's also probably 400 yards down from where I shot it. So we'll see. I'll show you right now. It's hard to tell. It's over in this vicinity right here, somewhere right there. So, wish me luck. Let's see. Well, guys, after a long hike, there he is. I found him. I found him. I found him. Here he is. Heavenly Father, thank you for this buck. Thank you for the food it'll provide. Please help me get all the meat safely and home. I cherish this life. Thank you. Please dwell in my heart. Please help me do justice to this animal. I pray in Jesus' name. Amen. Well, now here starts the fun. I was down there, all the way down there on that little knob when I saw a crow pick at something brown. And it was this guy right here. It's just a little, he is tall. That's why I liked it over the others. He had a tall. And then I didn't even notice these little points. So little guy, but that's my first archery anything, so I'll take it. Oh, that was freaking brutal. That was definitely a serious hike. I carried the entire deer out in one trip, and I had 2 quarters and the extras in my backpack on the carrier, the load carrier, and then I had 2 quarters in my hand that I actually ended up hanging on the antlers and just dangling it next to my sides the entire time, which helped quite a bit. It was fatiguing me more to carry them, but got it back. Pretty serious hike. I'm stoked though. My first anything with a bow, my first time ever bow hunting. I mean, very cool. I thought just getting in range of that 35 yards was a miracle. And then to actually hit him and, thankfully find him, and he died. And he wasn't very far from where I shot him. I just missed him when I was crossing that mountainside, but he wasn't very far. So either he laid down and died or he died quick. So hopefully he died quick. But man, praise God, got food. And this is a great experience. I'm got it all hung up. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, got it all hung up behind me there. And I'm gonna make some food and go to dinner. I mean, make some food and go to bed. I'm done. So that's that. That's gonna be the trip. Maybe I'll talk a little bit more on the way home or something like that. But pretty sick. All right, here's to a successful hunt. I'm just the next day after getting the buck. I've got everything packed up. Camp is put away. The buck is all strapped in. His head is in the back of the truck, and then I got all the meat in the coolers that I got going here. So I'm really grateful that worked out. I didn't have a big giant cooler, so I was curious how these smaller coolers were going to work out, and they did. Luckily, a buck is not that big. So yeah, I am super grateful for this hunt. This was such a fun experience. I'll definitely be doing it again. It was hard. It was really hard. That hike back, I carried the whole buck back in one trip with the bones. And that hike back was pretty brutal. I was definitely feeling it by the time I got to my truck. That truck couldn't come soon enough. So it was a lot of fun. It was hard. It was great. Like, for me, it was really satisfying that everything I've learned, really, I knew some stuff when I hunted elk with my dad, but we hunted rifle, so wasn't archery. Everything I learned was from podcasts like the Go Hunt podcast and YouTube channels, and watching like Remy Warren and Randy Newberg and those different dudes, and Cody Jacobson and stuff. And they hunt, and you get to see what they do. You get to see how they handle stuff, and really that's how I learned everything. Like, just skinning that animal. I mean, it's been at least 15 years, 10 years since I've done that. And the only reason I knew how to do it was from YouTube. So I'm really grateful for the opportunity. I'm super stoked that everything worked out. Like, I cannot believe the whole time I was stalking up to that deer, I was like, there's no way he's there. He heard every freaking step. Every step sounded so loud. But I was patient. I took my time. I paused for a while after each step. And sure enough, I came up onto that rock, and there he was. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, he's really there. He didn't hear me. So I'm super excited that I was able to get that close, 35 yards to a buck without him hearing me. Was amazing. I'm very, very grateful that the shot landed. I think it actually went through his back leg, and actually, luckily, I think got his left lung. But that luck is definitely God's hands, because I prayed. I said, Lord, if I get a shot on this animal, please let it be a shot that kills him, so that he doesn't suffer, that it's not a problem. And my worst fear was coming true, because I could have swore I lost him. I was like, man, I swore I hit him, but maybe I didn't hit him. It looked like I went over the back. The footage was so bad. So I'm just so grateful that I was able to recover him. I got all the meat, I got everything. I couldn't be more grateful. I'm so thankful that he wasn't too far away from where I shot him. I hope it was quicker. And yeah, so I'm impressed that I was able to stalk and get that close. I never thought I'd be able to do that. I knew I would try, but I heard so many stories about stalks going bad, and I'm sure they could. I know I put in one on the same buck, I think, just down lower, and he was gone by the time I got there. I never saw him. So I know they can go bad, but I was so happy to see him still laying down there. Here's to that hunt. Here's to that deer. I'm very excited to fill up the freezer with that. And also, thanks for watching the video. I tried to get as much footage as I can. It was hard. Like, I was carrying around this camera. It was a nuisance, you know. It's very hard to manage this camera, manage the cameras on the bow, and etc. It's a very big challenge. So I tried to get as much footage as I could, but like, you know, you're hiking up a hill dying, and the tripod's on the back, and the cameras, I had it strapped to my front strap, and it's like, you know, it's so challenging. Like, do I pull it off and do I get a shot of what? And then I'd like a shot of me, but that would mean that I'd have to maybe go back down the hill and come back up. And you know, I know that some people are definitely putting in that work, and I'll get better at it. Luckily, hunting is not the only purpose for this channel, but it is going to be a major purpose of this channel. But yeah, thanks for watching the video. I hope it was somewhat entertaining. I tried. I forgot two pieces of equipment that I think would have made it better. I meant to bring my drone so I could film my truck and stuff driving in, and then I also meant to bring a suction cup mount that mounts to the windshield so I could place the camera in different areas. So that would have helped with some cinematic stuff and looking better, but it is what it is, you know, live and learn. I'll get better at this, and you know, I appreciate you watching. This is going to be a video that not as many people view anyways, but hey, I'm making it because I like making videos, and if you like it, great. Thanks, stick along for the ride. But that's going to do it for this deer season, Arizona. Right now, I really hope my next tag is for elk. Now I got to go figure out where I can get this processed here locally, and I don't have the equipment and stuff for that at home, and I got to buy a freezer actually so that I can fit this in there. So yeah, that's going to do it for now. I appreciate you watching. I'll see you on the next one.